Hey guys, this is Big Laura from Kern County Foam Flingers, and I kind of wanted to talk about what everyone seems to be talking about right now, kind of anyways. The Stryfe X. Do you need it or don't you need it?
You do.
My wife says I do. Then you could pay for it for me then. Okay, so here it is. The likes and don't likes, and do you need it or do you not need it? So first off, I think the build is great. This is not a review. I'm just going to talk about what I think about it. There's plenty of review videos out there. There's great videos on it. But let's talk about this versus the stryfes that I have, or the stryfes that I can build, and the stryfes that I plan on building as a modder. So the Stryfe X has some pretty good performance. I think around 150. I got my chrono, so we're going to chrono that versus the two stryfes I have built now. And I have other stryfes built, but just the short dart ones that I have built right now. So this is supposed to put out about 150 FPS. So there's the Stryfe X. It's comfortable, feels good on the hand, looks good. I hated orange at first, but now I really like the orange for the Nerf, especially since it makes it not look so real. When I first got into Nerf, I kind of wanted to make the Nerf guns look real, but that's not what it's all about. It's about having fun and making them look not real. So there's the Stryfe X. Here is my HVZ stryfe. This one's putting out roughly, I think, at about 125 FPS. The Battle Camo stryfe, I like the way it looks with the P90 grip. Collapsible stock, you can have it real compact, real close. The good thing is, for the Stryfe X, you can add a stock to it if you want to put a collapsible one, fixed one, whatever. But this one just feels really good to have close. I really like this one. So this is my lower FPS, close quarters, HVZ, under 130 FPS, short dart stryfe. Now for the funner stryfe. This is my anything above 100 FPS cap. Usually when they do above 100 FPS cap, it's FPS cap. It's about 200 FPS to 250 or 300. This one is my Band Blasters stryfe. It's got the vector kit. It's 3S. Got the flip up sights that I really like from Worker. This right now is my favorite stryfe. The Band Blasters cage setup I got from my wife. Love you. For my birthday. It's the best gift I ever got. Of course, it's short dart again. So this is why I'm not gonna keep the Stryfe X. I'm gonna get rid of them and send it back. And I'll tell you why. Once, as a modder, I'll give you a couple of things to go off of here. As a modder, you build these things, you take pride in them, blah, blah, blah. Everyone will say that. I get that. But the Stryfe X, $120. I built a Stryfe X, or a cheap man's Stryfe X for Gimsmods. I'll put the video link down below so you guys can check out that video so he can compare it to the Stryfe X. I think I ended up paying about 58 bucks total to build the Stryfe X, the poor man's Stryfe X. And it came out pretty nice, and the performance was just a little bit above the Stryfe X with the Dart Zone Max darts. It didn't like the Nerf darts. It didn't like the Nerf because of the fatter heads. It just, the performance suffered. But like the Worker, he used Worker darts, I believe, Gen 3s. He used the Workers, and that's what most people will use in a competition, or they'll use the Dart Zone Max short darts because of they're readily available. With those darts, the performance is around the same. I wish I had a poor man's Stryfe X to show you guys, but you can watch Gimsmods video on that to see the comparison between the two. But this is why, for $120, I will not own a Stryfe X. This is my 3S Band Blasters stryfe. Listen to this. Just the way that sounds, that screams performance. It sounds really good, no vibration, super smooth. That was 3S. This is my 2S. Lower FPS, HVZ, close quarters, stryfe build. Once again, that sounds really good. Now, for for the stryfes. So Nerf, they did a pretty good job building this. I am not going to disagree with them whatsoever. But those flywheels are terribly, terribly unbalanced. It just, you would have to get a set of flywheels, a good set of flywheels. If I were keeping this, I'd open it up. I'd throw a set on there. These are more like Daybreaks or the Keplers, something like around there. I would love to try a set of those just to see if it gets rid of a lot or most of that nasty vibration. That alone makes this feel cheap. This makes it feel like $120 wasted, in my opinion. I think this is a great blaster for people getting into Nerf or wanting to get into the Pro Series of short dart flywheelers. But for me personally, as a modder, that alone, just that, it irks me because I know better. My wife says waste of money. She agrees. But right, it sounds cheaper, right? It does. I can hear it. Okay, but even my wife can hear it. She complains about all my Nerf guns I have scattered around the house, but even she can hear the quality in this. Now, I'm not saying this is not a quality gun. This is really cool. Blaster, sorry. Because it's got the 3S battery. I think it's 1100 milliamp. It'll cut itself off when the voltage gets too low. It's built in. It's very modular. It's clean, it's simple, it's nice, but for me, this is not what I want. I like the way the dart guide is right above the dart. Everything goes pretty smooth. I've shot this, it's accurate. Myself personally, as a modder, once again, as a modder, I can't get over that. I will buy one of these if I could thrift one, or if it's on sale for like 40, 50 bucks. Now, people are arguing about this price of $120, but you get the total package. Honestly, you do. You get the charger, you get the battery, you get darts, you get magazine, you get everything ready to go. And people were buying the MK3, the Dart Zone MK3. I think when that first came out, it was $129. People were buying that thing like crazy and not even complaining about it, and it had its faults. I've since modded my MK3 and I didn't pay that much for it. I got mine used on Mercari or something for $40, and it came with some extra magazines. I sold the magazines for $35, so I paid $5 for my MK3 and modded it with stuff I had purchased to mod other Nerf guns. But anyways, that's a whole nother story. But so I will get this on the chronograph. Let me get it going, so we could just see the numbers to see what it's putting out. I'll at least do that just to compare it to my home-built stryfe. So zero it out, I'll shoot 5 shots and I'll give you the average. Okay, so that one is averaging 151, max of 154, minimum 149. And that is not a bad spread. That's actually pretty good. And once the motors break in and the flywheels get a little bit of dust built onto them, it'll actually shoot better. Now for my HVZ stryfe. And I put these on because sometimes they want you to have these for competition. Just so everyone knows it's not a real gun, but obviously brightly blue, orange, clear, all that stuff. We all know this is not real. So here we go. Put it close. 5 shots. I like that spread. Pretty good. Pretty consistent. I averaged 122. 4 shots were hitting. 3 shots actually hit 122, 122, 122, 123, and the last shot 125.6. So it's averaging 122, which is perfect for HVZ because it's right under that 130. And that thing, it shoots pretty straight. Now it's time for the fun one. Not that they're not all fun, but we all want more FPS. The Band Blasters stryfe. Here we go, 5 shots. Line it up. Here we go. you can see, I had issues with the trigger on that. It's only because the wiring, I got to hot glue it. The wiring inside is actually hitting on the pusher, and it's not allowing it to go back far enough to get the next start. But that's no big deal. I'll open it up, take 5 minutes to fix. So that one, max 200 FPS. That's not even broken in. That's going to get better. 200 FPS is the max. Averaging 196.7, minimum of 194. But those first 4 shots, 198, 195, 196, 194, 200. That is a very close spread. That's actually really, really, really good. And the wall is about 10 to 12 feet away from me. You could hear how hard those things were smacking the wall, how fast as soon as I shot it. But that's what I kind of wanted to show you guys. And then again, if you go buy another set of flywheels for the stryfes to make it sound premium, for a good set of flywheels, Kepler's, Daybreaks, even the Inferno V2s, I really like those flywheels right now. You're looking anywhere between $16 to $22 depending on where you get them from. I think I've seen them, the Infernos, on Containment Crew's site. I think right now they're $20, $2 off, but they're great flywheels, well balanced. I think those are made in America. So take what you want from that. I think for sure I'm sending the stryfes back. I will buy one, like I said, on sale. Open it up, play with it, mod it. There's a bunch of great videos where you can see the inside. I think Captain Xavier was one of the first ones to open it up and kind of show the insides. That's got 180 motors. These are only running 130 motors. 180 is good for instant spool. You could hear how fast they rev up. They all rev up really good, but you want the torque from the 180s. So any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. But the stryfes is going back to Amazon just because I don't want to waste another $20 to make it better when I can build something just as good, if not better, for $58. Now, there's one thing to consider before I go. I do have, a lot of people said, oh, you have to buy the tools, you have to buy this, you have to buy that. I totally get that 100%. The stryfes is not for me, but getting into it, the stryfes could be the guy that wants to get into this new, that just wants to put a battery in it and call it good. But if I wanted to, I could throw a 2S in that and get it down to about 160, 64, which is close. I've seen some people hit 165, 164, 162 with the stryfes, so that puts me down to there. But the cool thing about that is I can take that battery, the exact same battery, use it in all my other blasters. This one, you cannot. This is proprietary to the stryfes, which is not bad. Someone is going to come up with a shell, which I think Blaster Time or Blaster Hub, one of those, I saw a video. They 3D printed something to where they're running a 2S to get this into HVZ territory. My batteries, I have 3 batteries I use, 2 2S batteries, actually 4, and 2 3S batteries that I use to spread across all my blasters, which is what's good about it. You can't, as far as I know, you can't buy an extra battery for the stryfes in case something happens to this battery or you're in the middle of a war and you need to throw another battery in. That being said, I ran this before I had the band blasters set up. I forget what I was running in it before, but I was running 150, 160 FPS at Armageddon with the 800 milliamp battery. Now, I don't use LiPo alarms in mine because I came from RC cars. I know about what it's going to, how long that battery's gonna last. 850 milliamp actually what it was, and it lasted me all day. I can tell when I start hearing the motors, the drop in the motor performance, or I can see it in the performance. I know it's time to stop because the voltage stays up there for a pretty long time, and then it just starts dropping slowly but surely. So I haven't had any issue with that. So I hope this helped you out if you wanted to stryfes, or if you want if you're considering modding something similar to the stryfes. You have all the equipment, you have the 3D printer, you have the tools, you have the soldering iron, you have the knowledge. It's not worth it. It's cool to collect, to have it, to add to your stryfe collection, but it's not worth it for me to add to my collection at this point in time. Like I said, if I thrift it, someone gives it to me, wink wink, hint hint, just throwing that out there, And let me know if you want to give me a stryfes so I can open it up. If someone gives me a stryfes, I will open it up. I will throw a set of flywheels in it. I will make the stryfes better. I made the Omnia better, even though they're supposed to be coming out with another version and replacing it. That's what I do. I open things up and I make it better. I like to tinker. I like to have fun with these things. They're cool. Once you shoot a modded blaster, you'll never want to shoot anything stock ever again. But like I said, any questions, concerns, comments, put it down below. Like and subscribe if you'd like. I'm not going to force you to. I don't think I'm going to become super popular off of this, but I do want to put the information out there. So that's Big Lord from Kern County Foam Flingers out.